What's up, everybody? How the heck are you? David DeFranco here from daviddefranco.com/ask. That is your open forum for submitting questions for future videos such as this one, which now auto redirects to Gear Pop forums. Check it out. And today's question comes from Mike Mac 09. Mike's question is kind of long, so I'm going to paraphrase. Basically, what Mike says is that he wants to get a Mac Mini, but he's worried about whether it's worth getting the Mac Pro instead because of, well, let's face it, it's thousands of dollars extra. Literally. But then again, nowadays the Mac Mini is so freaking powerful for what it is. Especially in Mike's case, because Mike says that he's thinking about getting the 2.6 i7 with 16 gigabytes of memory. That alone, in my opinion, is a pretty badass computer. So what is my opinion on the Mac Mini or Mac Pro? Well, first of all, let me say, years ago I would have said this: ignore the Mac Mini, go for the Mac Pro. No questions about it. Seriously, just go for the Mac Pro. But nowadays, the Mac Mini, like I said just a minute ago, for what it is, it's a pretty kick-ass computer, guys. I mean, think about what is happening in such a tiny form factor and such a tiny footprint. I mean, guys, as far as I look at it, the Mac Mini could be pro enough for production studios. Now, obviously, it's not going to pull off the true power and performance like the new up-and-coming Mac Pro, but still, does that mean the Mac Mini is not capable of pulling off creative tasks and professional-like tasks in pro applications like Final Cut Pro 10, the Adobe Suite, and all that good stuff? Of course not. The Mac Mini is more than capable than most people probably realize. Alright, so what are my thoughts on this? I mean, this is kind of tough. Getting the Mac Pro definitely means you're more future-proof than the Mac Mini, but there's nothing holding you back from upgrading your Mac Mini every year or every 2 years, right? And let's face it, guys, the Mac Mini is so small as it is that you should have no problem selling it on eBay and getting a new one, just popping it on your desk. But then again, the new Mac Pro is very small as it is, so I guess form factor isn't really something to think about nowadays. The real thing you gotta think about is performance. Now, the Mac Pro is obviously going to wipe the floor clean with the Mac Mini eventually when it does release. But as of what we have today, I mean, the fact that Mike says, what did he say? A Mac Mini can completely destroy a quad 2010 Mac Pro. That right there, it says a lot. And let's not forget, the Mac Mini and Mac Pro are extremely similar in upgrades, because with the Mac Pro, you're pretty much forced to do only external upgrades. And that's the same exact story with the Mac Mini, and yes, even the iMac, which was actually just updated yesterday. So Mike, I guess it comes down to your budget and how much you're willing to spend. I mean, if I were you and I was on a tight budget, like I am nowadays, I mean, I don't have thousands of dollars to spend, then yes, I would go for the Mac Mini. But for me personally, I'm looking at the iMac. I mean, you get a 27-inch display as it is, kick-ass performance, all the Thunderbolt 2 accessories, and again, you're saving thousands of dollars when comparing it to something like the brand new Mac Pro, which should be out in just a few weeks. So in your case, I'm gonna have to say, if you don't care about extreme performance and extreme power and extreme future-proofing, then go with the Mac Mini. Because honestly, the Mac Mini, as far as I can see, runs things fine, just like Final Cut Pro 10, the Adobe Suite, Adobe Premiere. Anything you throw at it, it's probably gonna handle it pretty well. Now, I'm going to keep this video short because, as you can hear, my voice is shot from over the weekend. But Mike, hopefully that answers your question. Alright, so obviously there is so much more to talk about. So my best recommendation is to just go to apple.com and compare them for yourself. Well, my voice is completely shot, so there you go. There's my answer. Take it with a grain of salt. I think it's up to you and how much you're willing to spend. Now, since today is an Ask a Question video, you guys can download any free audiobook of your choice by going to audibletrial.com/thecreativeone. That link is right below. Click that sign up and you can download any audiobook that you want. And of course, if you do download an audiobook, do not forget to email me over at daviddefranco.com/contact. That link is right below. Let me know which audiobook you downloaded. And that alone gets you a free shout out in a future video for your website, YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, anything you want. And keeping true with tradition, today's shoutouts are going out to James Stratford over at youtube.com/thejuniortechguy, Noah Shreve over at letsmakeagraphic.com, Nick Lecrurio, he actually downloaded the Steve Jobs book, so check him out. He actually just launched a brand new website of his over at idtunlocks.com, as well as Reed Atherton. He downloaded the Steve Jobs book as well. People love that book, and it's worth like $30, so I don't see why you wouldn't download it. And read is over at twitter.com/readracer. And last but not least, the final shout out goes to Chase Yamauchi, and he downloaded Professional Idiot, a memoir by Steven, also known as Steve-O Glover. And a lot of people say I look and sound like Steve-O. Are they correct? Anyway, check out Chase over at youtube.com/thesupernumbnuts. And there you go, today's shoutouts. Again, guys, the only thing you have to do is use that link right below. Download any audiobook of your choice and just email me over at davidfranco.com/contact. Let me know which audiobook you downloaded, as well as any website shout out that you would like to be included with a future video. And of course, as always, huge thanks to Audible for making this video and promotion possible. Now guys, that is it. I'm going to keep today's video much shorter than usual. My voice is killing me. I'm going to go get a drink. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. And stay tuned for my iPhone 5S unboxing, which should go live tomorrow. Hopefully, if all goes well. Peace.